Vice Chairman, Editor-in-Chief, Leadership Group, as we see when planned by the Chairman Board of Directors, Jay's Bank, and the other management staff of Jay's Bank when they paid the courtesy visit to the corporate headquarters of Leadership Group in Abuja yesterday. And just beside that, we have other stories. Banks borrowed 12 trillion naira from CBN in 8 months. Zebese grants scholarships to host communities. Governorship polls, intrigue as PDP APC name Wike in campaign teams. We move above these stories to the ones above them. Confusion as suspension, expulsion, rock NNPP, Kwankwaso, board chair, others asked. The story is on page 7 of Leadership. Leadership NDLEA drugs abuse conference now November 7. Leadership NDLEA drugs abuse conference now November 7. Leadership at the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA have announced a new date for the drug abuse conference, earlier scheduled to hold on August 3. In a statement released by Leadership, the company said the conference will now hold on Tuesday, November 7, 2023 at the Yaradua Center, Abuja. For more stories on that, you just have to log on to the website of Leadership, because the conference now November 7. Above that, we have just briefing. The World Bank has pledged to increase its support to development programs in Nigeria. And we have history today, all these on page 2 of the paper. And above the masthead, we have job racketeering, Reps Azob's Committee of Extortion Allegations. Diabetes, federal government rejects sugar sweetened beverages tax to 20%. Diabetes, federal government rejects sugar sweetened beverages tax to 20%. From the headline cover, we move over to the page 3 of the paper, where we have our stand. Our standing is on one ambush too many. One ambush too many. What you want to find out what the editorial is all about, you have to log on to the website of Leadership newspaper. From the page 3, we move to the back page of the paper, where we have guest column with Babafi has been suspended while the founder is paid. This is a story that has been making the rounds since yesterday. We have IFC invites female entrepreneurs to apply for 5,000 startup programs in Africa. IFC invites female entrepreneurs to apply for 5,000 startups program in Africa. Of course, we also have a picture of a picture on the cover of this day. The Oba of Benin visits former President Muhammadu Buhari in Taura, Katsina yesterday. That's the picture on the cover of this day. And we move above that. My success depends on your support. Prayers. Fagbemi test class of 85. Fagbemi is the Attorney General of the Federation. My success depends on your support. Prayers. Says judiciary critical in fight against corruption. Above that, we have reports. Lagos ranked 5th best African city to live, work. Page 12, you have the story on this day. Above the masthead, we have Lagos, Enugu governors jostle for investors at LCCI's Invest Nigeria Expo 2023. Lagos, Enugu governors jostle for investors at LCCI's Invest Nigeria Expo 2023. Sanwo-Olu says state committed to being Nigeria's preferred investment destination. Mbawu's investors will pledge to grant CFO within 72 hours the risk investment environment. For more stories on this day, log on to the website www.thisdaylive.com. From this day, we move over to the next paper on our menu, and that is Blueprint. And incidentally, Blueprint has similar story with that of this day. Blueprint says NNPC sold at stake. Kwankwaso suspended. Boniface expelled. NNPP sold at stake. Kwankwaso suspended. Boniface expelled. NEC ratifies expulsion of 15 others. Major leads new factional officials. So it's on page 6 of Blueprint newspaper. And beneath the leading story, where we have the picture story, we have Bayelsa poll. PDP's Wike Inuwa lead APC's onslaught against Diri. Abiodun Hess Kogi team win full release Imo group. Stories on page 6 of Blueprint. Zenith Bank appoints Juliet Ehime non-executive director. Pay fair wages to CJs, others, NBA test federal government. FCTA demolishes hoodlums den in Asokoro, plans return of monthly sanitation exercise. Stories on pages 9 and 14 of Blueprint. We have Malagi, more palliatives coming from Tinubu, pledges to change nation's negative image. Malagi is the information minister. The more palliatives coming from Tinubu, pledges to change nation's negative image. Above that, we have Sanwo-Olu nominees. They are planning to attack lawmakers. Obasa cries out. They are planning to attack lawmakers. Obasa cries out. MPA Customs renews synergy to boost exports. Police arrest gay couple, 67 homosexuals at marriage ceremony in Delta. For more on Blueprint newspaper, log on to the website www.blueprint.ng. And from Blueprint newspaper, we move over to the next paper on our menu, and that is Daily Sun newspaper. Daily Sun has the leading story on Bayelsa poll, and it's a confusion as APC, PDP name Wike in campaign committees. Confusion as APC, PDP name Wike in campaign committees. Also named by the ruling party as Senate President Akpabio, SGF Akume, Gombe Governor Inuwa, NNPP suspends Kwankwaso over romance with president. That was the leading story on Daily Sun today, August 30th, 2023. Bayelsa poll, confusion as APC, PDP name Wike in campaign committees. Stories on page 6 and 13 of Daily Sun. And beside this, the leading story, we have Wike Keyamo address dispute over Abuja Airport second runway. Wike Keyamo address dispute over Abuja Airport second runway. FCTA to pay 825.8 million naira compensation. FCT minister. Banks distress borrowing from CBN hits 12 trillion naira in 8 months. Use may revolt if you use political powers to squeeze judiciary, society. Jonathan wants. That is former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. Use may revolt if you use political powers to squeeze judiciary, society. Archbishop Chukwuma charges tribunals not to pervert justice, admits all eyes on judiciary. Archbishop Chukwuma charges tribunals not to pervert justice, admits all eyes on judiciary. So it's on page 8 of Daily Sun. Of course, we move over to the second leading story on the cover of Daily Sun. Chicago Varsity blocks Twitter, leaked them accounts over Tinubu. Chicago University blocks Twitter, LinkedIn accounts over Tinubu. Institution inundated by flurry of requests by Nigerians for president's academic records. Stories on page 6 of Daily Sun. Tinubu appoints new NDDC board, names ABA chairman Ogboku MT. Stories on page 8 of Daily Sun. And then states begin sharing of palliatives. Also another headline story. Group urges Southeast governors to avoid discrimination. Move above these stories above. Abdul Salami as head of state to chair the Sun group presentation. Above that, we have job racketeering probe. Reps panel summons NUC VCs. Job racketeering probe. Reps panel summons NUC VCs. CBN governor orders two over NHF deductions, remittances. I'll take that again. Job racketeering probe. Reps panel summons NUC VCs, that is vice chancellors. CBN governor orders 2 over NHF deductions, remittances. Stories on page 6 of Daily Sun. For more stories and continuation of these stories, log on to the website of Daily Sun newspaper, www.sunnewsonline.com. From Daily Sun, the next paper on our menu is The Nation. Nation's lease with subsidy court went for. Government says 1.83 trillion naira in 2 months. Subsidy cut windfall. Government says 1.83 trillion naira in 2 months. Savings to be used for projects. No more borrowing. It's both decisions in Nigeria's interest. Lagos Ibadan Expressway ready next month. NNPP's board suspends Kwankwaso. Ogboku is chair of new NDDC board. We move above that. Why I won't beg federal government to release me, says Kanu. Stories on page 4 of The Nation. Why I won't beg federal government to release me, says Kanu. CJN earns more than VP, Senate President, says ROMAFC. That is the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission. Says CJN earns more than VP, Senate President. NBA proposes 200% pay rise for jurists. Stock market hits highest level. Investors' return rises to 8.3 trillion naira. And above the masthead of the nation, we have governors lead APC battles in Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa. Governors lead APC battles in Imo, Kogi, Bayelsa. Expect heavy rains in Jigawa, Yobe, Borno. 26 orders. Nimet wants alerts. Expect heavy rains in Jigawa, Yobe, Borno. 26 orders. Nimet alerts. Court stops probing of Kano anti-grab chair. 825.8 million naira compensation for 4.2 kilometer Abuja airport runway. These are the headline stories on The Nation newspaper. For more on that and inside stories, just log on to the website www.thenationonlineng.net. And from The Nation, move over to the last paper on our menu for review on its first segment of the program, and that is The Punch. The Punch with Cameroon dam opening. 700 billion naira CBN farmers loan under threat in flooded states. Cameroon dam opening. 700 billion naira CBN farmers loan under threat in flooded states. Flooding 204 Niger communities. 17 displaced. Panic in Benue, Anambra. Federal government forced Cameroon's release of Lagdo Dam's water without prior notice. We have the deputy governor Adamawa State, Kaletapwa Faratua, during the introduction of new CNG buses to the state transport system to caution the effects of subsidy removal. Obviously, this is cheering news. Some states governments have started receiving some CNG buses just to alleviate the pains of fuel subsidy removal on Tuesday. And just beneath that, we have NNPP divided over Tinubu Atiku. Fashion suspend Kwankwaso orders. NNPP divided over Tinubu Atiku. Fashion suspend Kwankwaso orders. NSCDC raids Gombe nightclubs, arrest 46. Product taxes rise to 1.36 trillion naira in 6 months, according to NBS. We move just above the masthead of The Punch. Few queues hit Lagos. Orders as thieves vandalize pipelines. Few queues hit Lagos. Orders as thieves vandalize pipelines. Federal government lost 1.9 trillion naira to oil theft in July, according to reports. Niger, Algeria demands 6 month transition from junta. And for more on that, log on to the website of The Punch, www.punchng.com. Yes, from Punch newspaper, we've come to the end of the segment reviewing of newspapers, and this was brought to you on Leadership Television. Program is Inside Nigeria. My name is Winifred Okwebo, and of course, we hold on for the second. Okay, we are not going to be having the second segment of the show because my guest for today is unavoidably absent. We look forward to seeing you same time, same station tomorrow on the program. My name is Winifred Okwebo. See you then. Bye.
Please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last